I want to share a little realization that I've had regarding my journey. And it's that I've been following the left brain breadcrumbs in order to reach a balance of left and right brain and a balance of mind and heart or intuitive heart wisdom. So before I continue, the left brain is the analytical, mathematical, calculating part of the brain. And in Western society, we are extremely left brain dominant. And the right brain, the right side of the brain, is the more creative, receptive. So if you're talking about yin and yang, masculine and feminine, the left is very masculine and the right epitomizes the feminine. And the right brain is also connected with the heart. And if you want to learn more about the heart and how it really is a sensory organ just as much as the brain is, look up the Institute of Heart Math. They do some really great research on that. And the heart emits an electromagnetic field, which is why people feel the vibes of each other. So there's a lot to the heart. And that's what people call the intuition. It's that heart-based wisdom that you feel out. It's not like that analytical calculating of the left brain, but that right brain combined with the heart, that's where we get our intuition and all that from. And most people have that suppressed. So I've been using my left brain abilities because I was born and raised in Western culture, very analytical, very critical thinking and all that. So I've been following that curiosity and that analytical aptitude that I have in order to get back into that balanced place and incorporate my intuition and my heart-based wisdom with the analytical capabilities. And there's a good saying that I like. It's follow your heart, but bring your brain with you. So they're designed to work cooperatively. You can't have your mind being the dominating force and completely ignore your intuition and your heart wisdom, because that's why we're finding ourselves in such a disharmonious paradigm. So I've been examining and analyzing things like the nature of reality and the nature of self and what intuition is and the energetic levels of reality and the wisdom of the heart through like heart math that I said. So I've been analyzing those and grasping it mentally on that analytical left brain level. And because that has been my dominant force growing up in Western culture, I'm able to use that to like climb to that place of balance. So I'm using what I have in order to create that balance. It's even hard to articulate right now because it's like you have a car. I'm just coming up with this metaphor on the spot. You have a car parked somewhere, which you could think of as your intuition, but you only know how to walk, so think of the left brain as walking. So what I've done is I'm walking to get to my car so then I can drive. Something like that. So I'm using that analytical curiosity to decipher and get back into that place of remembering, because we're designed to have that higher connection. Whatever you want to label it, your higher self or God or something like that, we're designed to have that communication. We have direct communication to that source or higher dimension or whatever. And then from there, we typically decode that through, or we should be decoding it through our intuition, heart, right brain, and then we use our analytical brain to navigate through this reality. So I've used my analytical capabilities combined with my curiosity, because I'm curious about everything. I love understanding things, in order to get back to that place of harmony of self. So it's more like remembering, it's like I said, it's following the breadcrumbs back to remembering. So even though something could be thought of, because a lot of spiritual people think, being too analytical, it's a curse. But it's just another tool that we have. So sometimes the supposed curse or the weakness, you can actually use it for the solution. So because society and myself, I was very, very left brain dominant and very in my head, I actually used that to climb out of that situation and put myself back into harmony. That's the funny thing. So with many things, I grasped the truth on a mental level, so I could examine it and theoretically understand things and know things on that mental level. And as I did it more and more, and at the same time going more and more into my intuition and heart-based wisdom and right brain, as I did that, I was able to feel more. So now, along with being able to examine things and really critically examine theories and things like that, I'm able to feel truth too. I'm able to understand on that deeper level, because when you understand on those levels, the intuitive levels, it's a deep knowing. There is no questioning. When you understand something on a mental level, you're like, yes, that makes sense, but there's always that doubt there because you're only conceptualizing it. It's like an abstract phenomenon. But when you truly understand things on that intuitive level, it is a knowing. It really is a knowing, and there is no doubt there. So that's why it's important to have that harmony, because when you have that knowing combined with the analytical capabilities to express that knowing, which I'm finally getting into now, it was hard to express before. But once you combine the two and you're able to know things and then effectively communicate and express it, that's when the magic really happens, because then you can more readily share things. So if you're there's a lot of people that are very, very intuitive and very, very receptive and in tune with energy and things like that, but they have trouble communicating it to other people. So yeah, that's useful for you if you can intuit all of these beautiful things, but it's even better if you can relay those messages and those skills and be able to communicate what you're doing to others. So that's where that balance comes in. You need to work with everything you have. You have to utilize everything you have. So even though we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, even though our society is extremely left brain dominant, you can't call that the problem and then throw out your analytical capabilities, because then we're just going to be floaty, right brain, intuitive hippies getting nothing done and never able to critically analyze things. So yeah, it's all about not neglecting parts of yourself and working with everything in harmony, bringing balance instead of rejecting things. All right? Peace, peace, much love, and one love, baby.